Okay, let's get it on again. It's time for another episode of Manhood Academy podcasting. Oh, and right on cue, guess who's calling me? Who could it be? Who could it be calling me?
Hello.
It's the boggler.
It's the Indian terrorist. Like my beard.
Don't say terrorist. Don't say keywords like terrorist, bomb, the president, etc. Because otherwise you're going to activate the CIA hearing devices.
Yes, the FBI will be knocking on your door. Yeah.
The FBI Patriot Act. Everybody's Google chat session is being monitored, being listened to.
Okay.
Everybody hears this podcast. They're like, "Oh, that's great." Oh, wait, what did he say? Terrorist explosion? Red flag that for him.
Red flag. Okay.
Take it down.
All right.
Anyway, that's what I imagine happening. I don't know if that's actually true or not, but I imagine everybody listening.
I can totally see that.
Okay, let's see here. Wave. I pasted some stuff in Wave that I want to go over. Is your stuff in there?
Oh yeah, it's right below yours.
Sweet. Okay. Let's you know what? Let's go from top to bottom so we can get your issues and get my issues. We can share some issues. Okay, hold on. Before I do anything else, I listened to the last podcast and the microphone level was so fucking terrible. Okay.
You need to increase your volume.
Yeah, I'm doing it right now. Start monitoring, volume up, turn your volume up so I can hear you. I couldn't hear you. I could barely hear you. Plus, I had a cold. We were broadcasting like during the Super Bowl or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. You there? You there? Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's start right off the bat. Let's go to the top. High School 101 fuckery.
Okay.
Okay. High School 101 made a post that I wanted to comment on. Actually, I did comment on part of it, but I spent a good 10 to 20 minutes on the first 2 paragraphs alone just trying to decipher what the fuck is going on. It was so fucking annoying. I thought I was watching another episode of Inception. I thought this was Inception Part 2. Tell me what's going on here, okay? He might have improved it since I told him, look, none of this makes fucking sense at all. Edit it. He came back, edited it. It was the exact same problem. So I'm going to read you these 2 paragraphs. Actually, you could read along with me here.
It's funny, a fellow M101 student just called, but I put it away.
That's an awesome aside. Thank you for including that in the podcast.
Okay. All right, so
today, it starts out today, I told friend number 1 that I expect him to listen to me when I help him. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
This all seems straightforward, right? The first paragraph, you're like, no problem. I'm beginning to practice stating my expectation to people from the very beginning without being prompted by their behavior. My goal is to turn this expectation into an active expectation that I guide people with from the beginning, instead of just stating it as a reaction to a situation. Very good, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Talking about active expectation he wants to enforce. Perfect. By clearly stating an expectation, I take responsibility for its enforcement or lack thereof. This is awesome, dude. I'm like, right here, I'm ready to just clap to this post. I'm thinking, this is an amazing post.
Yeah.
I want to start things off on the right foot instead of building up resentment. This is all great.
Yes.
It's all great for new students, older students. I mean, just reading this post. This is why High School 101 is very valuable. Sometimes he makes great posts like this. Yeah. I want to take the step of at least clearly stating my expectation instead of passive-aggressively implying it like last time. And High School 101 is actually a perfect example because he's a guy who starts on the other end of the spectrum where he's a total puss, doesn't state his expectations, or at least starts passive-aggressively stating them, like, why are you being mean to me? Like the whiny bullshit type of guy. Yes. But now he's slowly coming full circle and learning how to enforce his expectations. So it's going to be great to see it when he finally transitions into a guy with actual balls that actually drop.
Yes. And
he's able to stand up to a bitch or stand up to a girl or stand up to another guy and get his expectations met. That's going to be very interesting. Okay, so that's paragraph number 1. Pretty straightforward, right?
Yes.
Okay. So today I told friend number 1 that I expect him to listen to me when I help him. Okay, now that's from paragraph number 1. Now we're moving on to paragraph number 2.
Yeah.
Today's conundrum started when I helped friend number 1 with our physics homework in the library. He listened well this time. However, I didn't bother to state my expectation right when I started helping him. Do you see any conflict there at all? And this is actually changed from the original version of this fucking thing.
He just had something in his mind and he didn't say it because, like, from previously, he wanted to tell this guy, hey, you know.
Well, it sounds to me like he actually told him. He says in the very first sentence, of the first paragraph, he says, today I told friend number 1 that I expect him to listen to me.
Yeah, well, he didn't. So
you're thinking he just did it, right?
No, and then he didn't write it properly.
Yeah, no fucking kidding. That's why I don't fucking understand what's going on. Of course he didn't write it properly. I'm like, what the fuck? That is the whole point.
Well, okay. I mean, I realized he didn't write it properly, and I'm like, oh, okay, he didn't write it properly.
Yeah, if he had written it chronologically or at least explained what he was talking about, because it sounds like he told friend number 1, listen to me, and now he says, oh, I had a conundrum. I I didn't tell friend number one to listen to me, and that's exactly how we started the second paragraph the second time. Before this edit. Now he adds this edit in, and it's no better than the first time. It's just more confusing now. Today's conundrum started when I helped friend number one with our physics homework in the library. He listened well this time. However, I didn't bother to state my expectation right when I started helping him out. Although I did eventually state it directly.
Directly?
What the fuck? He says, today I stated it. I told him this. Then he's going back in time now. We're in Inception level number one where he's in the van now. And today's conundrum, he's helping friend number one with his physics homework. Friend number one is listening. Then he goes into dream phase number two. He gets a chemical and goes deeper into he's in the next level of the dream. However, I didn't bother to state my expectation. And then now he goes in the deepest level of dream, and then he goes back and says, oh, although I did eventually state it directly. When the fuck is all this happening?
Yeah, he got it all jumbled up in his mind.
In his mind, how about the reader? What the fuck are we supposed to think? He has an expectation. He told his friend to do it. Then he's in the process of telling him. Then he doesn't tell him right away. Oh, by the way, eventually he states it directly. When? Nobody fucking knows. This is why you have to read this shit out loud.
Sometimes he says he sends him a text message or something.
Fuck, this is like listening to one of those girls in like elementary school talk, and they just come up to you out of blue. You have no idea who this is. This is like Becky. She comes up to you and goes, you know what Sharon told me when Becky was over there talking to Kim? And then Audrey was like, why did she say that to him when I was talking to her in the first place, you know? And you just want to take her and like throw her over a gate or something, right?
It's a chick style, yes.
Yeah, you don't know what the fuck she's saying. This is exactly what's going on here. And to top it off, the faggotry couldn't get any worse. He changes details. It's just like when he's in his fucking blog or posting, something that's an expression post or something that happens, and then the fucking details change. I don't care if, you repost, you edit something to re-elaborate on something, but when you change the actual fucking story, it's like, huh? What were you talking about there? I thought I read it a certain way yesterday, and now it's a different, like, here he talks about, it sounds like he's talking to this guy, right? In person?
Yeah.
Today I told a friend, blah, 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 right?
Yes.
Then the next time you see a revision of this thing, you find out, oh, by the way, I didn't talk to him, I texted him. Are you fucking kidding me? It's just like these huge details that add complete significance. It's like saying, the difference between saying, yeah, I proposed to my wife today. Oh, by the way, I left a status update on my Facebook page that said, will you marry me?
Well, you need to tell him, I guess, stop being retarded and not change the details so much.
I thought, you know what? I didn't think I would need to tell any fucking buddy that.
I didn't think either, but apparently
I need to make the statement that, look, if you're writing a post, don't fucking change the details of the post. Be specific the first time around. Yes, I understand if you left stuff out, that's important, and you just think about it then, write about it. But it's pretty apparent if you're managing an expectation. There's a huge difference between saying I told him and I texted him.
Yes.
So to imply when you're writing it, when you're typing it, to say you told him, well, now that I think about it, maybe he was so delusional that he thought, I texted him, that means I told him.
That's equivalent to telling him.
Yeah, maybe I'm insane then. Maybe I owe him an apology. I don't know. My point is, be clear. The instructors can comment and help you with your expectation management if you are clear about the details.
Yes.
If you're specific about the details. If you just say, hey, I asked this chick out and she said no. And then the next day you write, oh, by the way, I corrected and edited this whole thing. I threw an airplane that said, will you go out with me in a folded up airplane, and I threw it at a chick and it landed in her eye and she ended up in the hospital. And then she wouldn't go out with me. That's a big difference. That's a big story change. Yes, it's essentially the same thing. You asked her out, but one is you directly said, hey, will you go out with me? And another one was you were writing it down on an airplane because you were too scared to talk to her, and you threw it and hit her in the eye and she went to the hospital. Now she's not going out with you. It's two totally different effects being produced by different circumstances. But if you just write it as, hey, I asked this girl out and she said no, why not? And we advise you, well, she might just be a bitch. No, that's not the problem. You might just be a fucking delusional guy and not stating things specifically or clearly, so our advice doesn't even apply to you now. Mm-hmm. Now, the good news is we don't care if you're accurate or not, because we're going to answer your post at face value. So it's going to apply regardless of it applies to you or not. So if you say you asked the girl out and X, Y, and Z happened, I'm going to answer you assuming that you're telling me the story correctly and truthfully. And it will apply if you are a guy in that situation. So if you're a third party listening to it, listening in another student, and you're hearing the situation. And I've been talking about a guy who actually talked to a girl and asked her out. That's still going to apply. That's going to apply to his situation because that's how I'm going to answer. I'm going to answer it at face value. But if you come back and change the post or add other information, etc., important information, and don't tell me about it, or you're just not very accurate in your initial post, or you're just delusional, this is going to affect how you receive the advice, how the advice is taken, and in what context it's taken. Context is crucial to everything.
Context is king.
Context is king.
And it would be better the more accurate you are, it's better, because I know it's tempting, like, you want to, like, sound cool or whatever, but the more accurate you are, the sooner you can progress.
Exactly. It is tempting to say, hey, I at least told my friend, I told him to listen to me, because you want to manage your expectations. But on the other hand, you're trying to appear cool. You don't want to appear like a loser. You don't want to appear like a loser on the forum. So you're kind of sugarcoating it, when in reality you just texted him on the phone, which is completely fucking gay. Yes, you don't want to appear completely fucking gay, but unless you write that crucial detail down, you can't get help.
I think this is the place where you should be honest, and rather, like you said, you fail here, even if you're like a loser here, you learn from it, and when you go outside, you learn from what you did here, and you're not a loser outside. I mean, I didn't phrase it properly, but it's okay if you feel ashamed on the site, or not ashamed, but be accurate and learn from the mistakes.
Huh?
Holy fuck.
I'm not sure if your sentence was confusing, your explanation was confusing, or this Apple fucking update that just popped on in the middle of my screen that says install. If I install this thing, will it fucking derail the podcast? I'm going to risk it.
Okay.
I'm installing right now. It says optimizing my system. So the core of my system is being optimized in the middle of the podcast.
Okay. Well, basically it was just fail on the forum, to summarize.
What's that?
Basically, to summarize, it was fail on the forum instead of failing outside. It's
failing on the... I can't even understand your English. It's gibberish. Okay. Failing what?
On the forum.
Failing on the forum.
Is okay. It's better than failing outside.
Failing on the forum is okay. You're in a safe student environment to fail. You're expected to be a retard here. We're not going to penalize you for being a retard that much. Yes, on occasion, I do want to bash my head through glass reading some of your posts. For instance, one of our new students, yes, new students are bound to make a certain number of mistakes, so we expect that. It's fine. Mike D posted personal information. Again, I would think these things are common sense, but I understand part of the problem is you guys are retards in the first place and don't think, and that's why you end up at Manhood Academy, because you need to have your head pulled out of your ass. But for the chat room purposes, one of the major rules is do not post personal information. That includes proper names, where you're at, etc. You can change details about any adventure you had, anything you want to talk about, or if you want to, talk to students privately off the chat room or get their contact information to meet up with them, you can very simply click on their name. You can click on their profile, and then there's a little section or a little thing where it says private message. You can send them a private message, a PM on the forum, so you could read it on the forum, so nobody sees it in the chat room. You gotta understand, people, feminists, friends, foes, etc., are watching the chat room all the time. So
I think some people fail to realize that.
Yes, people fail to. They get too comfortable and they start getting fucking retarded. You gotta understand, this is like a bar. Okay, there are people there who don't care what you're doing, and there are people there who are trying to pick your pocket. Don't make it easier for them. Stop giving out your personal information. That goes for email addresses. I don't care if you're fine with having your email address announced to the world. Still, take it to private message. Message them on Gmail chat. Message them on Yahoo Messenger. But don't fucking post it in the chat room. That should just be common sense. Okay.
Right.
So, where was I? Where were we?
Well, it was done.
What's that?
I'm looking at the points that are done. So, are we done with high school, or what's going on?
Let's see. So I think we pretty much covered the problem with that.
Okay.
What is this link I have here?
Holy fuck.
What are you doing? You're a popular guy lately. You must be...
No, the fellow Manhood brothers are calling me.
Say hello. I'm in the middle of a podcast. Hello.
They're missing out on my fellowship.
What if you're not into marriage? What if you're not into... Oh, we did that from last week. We can delete that link.
Where the hell do you see that?
Right under High School 101. I'm just going to delete it.
Okay, alright, delete it. Okay.
Delete. Okay. Oh, okay. What's in that? What's something you have on your agenda? Come on, let's go. Let's keep it rolling.
I have a whole bunch of stuff.
Good. You need to fucking learn how to be active. You need to learn how to initiate. This is your section. We're switching backwards and forwards.
Okay, well, yeah. Sometimes I wait till you're done talking so that then I know when to talk.
You know what? What's interesting about that nonsensical statement?
Yeah.
You have no problem interrupting me whenever I'm making a good point. Like, you have no problem taking a phone call or fucking talking when I'm talking. But suddenly now you get mismanners when it's your turn to
True.
talk.
That's so
You
fucked up.
fucking make no sense at all.
I know it doesn't. You're right. Now that you pointed out, I'm like, that doesn't make sense at all.
Yeah, exactly.
I do a lot of senseless things. I don't know. I don't get it. You're right.
I don't get it either. So,
Yeah.
let's go.
All right. So, like, for guys with a lot of experience with chicks, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, get a chick's number or something, and I'm going to call her. There's all these things running in the back of my mind thinking, hey, she has so much more experience than me in dating, whereas I'm this newbie, and that puts a lot of pressure. I know you told franchise and, like, students, like, even if you don't have that much experience, your desires are still valuable. But that alone doesn't help give me, like, carries me forward to get over the fact that I don't have that much experience. Like, that one statement.
You're assuming girls know what they're doing with their
They don't.
experience.
Okay, I realize that. But I just
No,
said,
you
they
don't.
have so much more experience than me.
No,
but-
you don't. You just told me they have experience.
Yes.
Their experience, if it doesn't help them, is worthless. So you're assuming that just because a girl dates 10 girls and you haven't dated any girls, or a girl dates 10 guys and you haven't dated any girls, that she has more experience than you, like it's more useful to her, is essentially what you're saying. What you don't realize is that girls have no fucking clue what they're doing. When girls date a lot of guys, they're not gaining a lot of intelligence. They're just becoming more jaded to the process. They're becoming more comfortable with the process. It's not necessarily that they know any better. If girls knew how to date, there wouldn't be a 50% divorce rate right now. So obviously they have no fucking clue what they're doing. So just because they have more guys under their belt versus you don't have as many girls under your belt, it's irrelevant. If you know how to make a relationship work, that's more relevant than all her dating experience, all her so-called dating experience.
Okay. What about the statement, your desires are still valuable? Like,
Your desires are still valuable. What does that mean?
like, even if you're a nerd, you're a nerdy guy, your desires are still valuable. I don't know
Oh, what you like and what you don't like is still valuable, even though she's a beauty queen and you value her a lot.
Yeah.
I like you a lot.
So they're just valuable. Okay.
They're valuable just in the same way that your expectations should be valuable to you. Right now, your expectations are not valuable to you.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm telling you that. Your expectations are not valuable to you.
Okay. Great. Alright. I thought there was something more, but that was the point, I guess, that you should value your experience whether you're a nerdy guy or whatever. You should always value your experience.
If I'm not talking about experience, your expectations.
Sorry, wrong word. Okay.
Your experience helps you form expectations, but ultimately you should care about your expectations. For instance, you don't care how a girl treats you. You care how you treat a girl. So you're passively following her expectations, not even having met a girl.
Yes.
So already, in general, you value a girl's expectations more highly than your own expectations.
Okay.
If you valued your own expectations, you would say, I don't know who this girl is coming up ahead of me. She's 50 feet away. I have never met her. I've never talked to her. But I expect her to talk to me a certain way with a certain amount of respect. And I expect at X, Y, and Z when I talk to her, I want her to, I'm interested in her, and I expect her to react a certain way. Even if she's married or has a boyfriend, I still expect her to be respectful and, and appreciate my compliment or whatever I say to her. Okay. So there's a certain attitude you have based on how you value your expectations. For guys that are always worried about what is she going to think of me, what am I going to say, I don't know what to do, so scared to talk to her, she's going to think I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
Every one of those guys is saying, you're more valuable than me. Your expectations matter more than mine.
Okay.
When you talk to a girl like that, you're going to convey to her also that your expectations don't matter as much as hers. that her expectations matter much more than yours. That is a surefire way to let her know that you don't have any authority. You don't have any ability to exercise authority over her. If you can't exercise authority, that means you have no ability to get your expectations met. If you can't get your expectations met, you can't create order. If you can't create order, you can't attract anyone.
Okay.
Or your attraction will be short-lived because people will assume you're orderly. People will see you dressing with cool clothes, hanging out with cool people, having a cool job, having a lot of money, having your life quote together, having your priorities arranged, paying your bills, living in a great zip code. But ultimately, if they get into a relationship with you and find out you're the fucking guy who can't get his expectations met because you value her expectations more than your expectations, which essentially means you give her more authority over you than you wield over her, she's going to realize this is the guy who can't create order. Now, of course, she's not going to understand it theoretically, but she's just going to, in her chick land mind, she's going to instinctually go, I'm not attracted to this guy. He's a loser. He's a nerd. He's a dork, etc. She's not going to know what the reason is, but she's just going to think of you as a certain type of guy, like a nice guy.
Okay.
The typical nice guy. Not a guy who does nice things, but just the nice guy type.
Yes.
The guy who doesn't
Loser
get his
guy.
expectations.
Doormat.
The doormat guy, right.
Yeah.
The
So
gay
it's funny,
best,
like from your thought process,
the gay
same
best
way-
friend.
Gay best friend, exactly. So like it's funny you mentioned your thought process, like, oh, I expect her to, react well to my compliment. I expect her this way. That is, I guess, what you're thinking. So what I'm thinking is still wrong.
You're
because
saying, how do I get from there to there?
Yeah, I'm thinking, oh, I better amp up. I better tell her tell her really good things. That way she doesn't think she thinks I'm a cool guy. So I'm still having
Yes.
some problem. Like,
Yes,
I hope
your
my expression
attitude-
is top notch.
Your attitude is wrong from the get-go. That's the biggest problem. It's not really what you're doing. It's how you view yourself in relation to her. How you view your value in relation to her. So that's a problem with most guys today. They automatically assume the girl's more valuable than them.
Well, it's not getting cured. I mean, I guess you got to keep trying. Like,
Not getting cured because you don't practice talking to people. How many girls did you talk to this week? How many people did you talk to this week?
I got one girl's number on Sunday.
How many people? What was the question I asked you? How many numbers did you get, or how many people you talked to?
I did not listen to the question
If
properly.
exactly, you didn't listen to the question. You're Indian.
Yes.
How many people did you talk to this week? New
5
people.
people.
New people.
One maybe.
One new person. And then you have the audacity to ask me, shoot, it's not magically happening. The unicorn isn't working.
Okay. You answered the question.
Yeah, you're not doing anything. If you tell me, hey, I keep trying to type faster in chat room, I keep making mistakes, I keep making typos and having a backspace, and I can't find the letters. I'm so slow to find the home row ASDF JKL semicolon. I'm such a slow typer. I don't know what to do. I wish I could become a fast typer like you. You just have a natural ability. I don't know how to type. What the fuck am I going to tell you? What am I going to ask you, first of all?
How often have you been practicing typing?
Yes, and then you're going to tell me?
On occasion.
Once a month.
Okay.
Once a month I play I play that little typing game
Yeah,
in the student lounge.
I thought it would help, but it didn't.
And it didn't help, so I'm still a slow typer. So you tried it one time, you had fun for one day, and now you're not a great typer. I wonder why.
Okay. All right.
Yes, it all comes back to you being a lazy faggot Indian. That's why I made that. You know what? I like making pictures. I used to think it was like an art form, oh yes, it's such an amazing thing. But you know what it really is? It's just answering repetitive questions over and over and over again. It's so much easier. You know how they say a picture says it makes
1,000 words.
Yeah, a picture's worth 1,000 words. A faggot lazy Indian guy lying on the ground, passed out, says so much more to me than having to explain things over and over to you again. I can just post this picture and it encapsulates my feeling about you and your work ethic and what you're trying to accomplish and how you're trying to accomplish it. It says it all. So I don't need to repeat myself over and over. I just have to simple little picture. That's why I enjoy pictures so much. They just convey the whole sense of the meaning I want to convey to somebody in just like a simple encapsulated form.
Yes. That reminds me, one of, I guess, more like the principles, one of the key things on this forum is, I think, discipline. Like, I think the hard work, like putting in the work.
Putting in the work.
Yeah. Very important on this side.
Very important. Most 80% of your problems can be solved by putting in the work. Are you doing something about it? Are you doing something actively? Now, yes, it's granted if you're a guy who has zero social experience and you're in your adult life already, it's very difficult to start right now. Like I just tell you, go make friends.
Yeah.
Go make a bunch of friends. It's very difficult. It's very daunting. But you got to start in small baby steps. You got to take little steps. You can't start like going, okay, I got a week to make 7 new friends and they're going to be my close knit buddies from here on. It's not gonna happen. You're deluding yourself. You have these.
Even though you want to catch up.
Yes, you want to play catch up because you see everybody else. Oh, you're cool. You're cool. You're cool. I want to be just like you. I want to do it instantly. I want to have instant top ramen. Not gonna happen. Socialization takes a long time. Depending on how diligent you are. Depending on what experience you already have under your belt. If you have zero social skills and you expect to jump and make a light speed jump to where Dr. Ladice is, where I am, where some of the students in the forum are, you're fooling yourself.
Yeah, it's so tempting to think that way, but each time, you learn the hard way.
Yes, you learn the hard way. So eventually, enough failure should let the message sink in that you need to take it one step at a time. So what would be a first step for a guy you're somewhat social. Like, you could go out with somebody, a friend, to a bar and pick up a chick if you're doing it right. You have the ability right now to do that.
Yes.
And you've already done it. Even though you're the worst ironically, you're the worst student at Manhood Academy.
Yes.
But yet you can get a chick. So
I have the ability to get a chick.
But you have the ability, but it's tough for you. So what can you do, or what makes it tough? First of all, let's understand what makes it tough.
Well, first of all, I sit in my room a lot, and I realized that's like zero possibility of talking to anybody.
Yeah. Very little possibility sitting in your room of talking to new people. So what needs to happen?
Step 1, get out of the house, go to a library.
Right. Okay. But what prevents you from doing that?
Convenience.
Convenience.
It's
What else?
inconvenient. I have to plan. I have to eat my food accordingly.
Yes.
And
What else?
Well, also it is like, oh fuck, you don't know if you're actually going to talk to somebody or not. So you have to take a chance. You have to go out there and
You gotta take a chance. Okay. What else though? What would make you more willing to go out to a library?
it's the possibility of you talking to a chick or some cool friend or something like the potential of having a fun interaction.
Why would you come to, why would you go to LA?
To see places or to visit clubs?
Why would you answer the phone that just rang?
To have a good conversation with my buddy.
Yes. So, if your buddy wanted to go to the library and there was no chick there, would you go?
Yes, if he's a fun buddy, I definitely would.
Okay. So, which is easier to secure, a guy buddy or a girlfriend?
Step one, a guy buddy is definitely easier to secure.
Yes, because then you have incentive to go places with a guy buddy, and it's easier to talk to groups of people because girls are often in groups.
Exactly, and that's why I like going with paper. Even if you don't pick up any chicks or something, just hanging out with him and like talking about stuff is so much fun.
So now you are learning a valuable lesson about having same-sex friends, guys that you can hang out with, buddies. Okay. This is much, much easier to do than picking up a girl, and this should be step one for any guy, just to hang out. Okay. So how can you meet buddies? It's not as difficult as picking up a chick.
No, it's not. Well, I mean, I got some back issues, but otherwise, I think a sport, like go play a sport. Something similar. Or go play chess if you're lazy or whatever.
It's very easy if you're in college or in a school, some kind of institution where there's a lot of people around, or you're at a workplace with a lot of people. There's usually a lot of on a community board or something like that. There's something where a group of people are meeting. Get involved in that. Even if you don't want to, do it.
Yes, exactly. Even if you don't want to do it. Yes, at least at the beginning.
Go where the people are. That is step number one.
Step one. Like you might have to inconvenience yourself, but you have to do it.
Not might have to. You will have to.
Yes.
The problem is you need to realize you are going to be inconvenienced. If you're not ready to be inconvenienced, be ready to be lonely, forever alone.
Okay.
There is inconvenience in building anything.
Okay.
If I tell you, hey, tomorrow we're going to go build a house, are you going to say, I hope there isn't any inconvenience?
Okay.
Why would you laugh? Why would you say there might not be?
I would hope that there would not be, but there would be.
Are you sure?
Like building a house, yeah. I mean, there's all kinds of things that occur. It could start raining. It could.
What if it doesn't rain?
Then I would be more likely to go out and build a house with you.
Would you still be inconvenienced?
Yes, it is inconvenient to go build a house. I mean,
what's inconvenient about it?
Pardon?
What's inconvenient about it?
Getting out of the house, being disciplined, going there on time. You know, those kind of things.
What else? What's the major thing you're missing that's inconvenient about building a house?
Putting in the work.
Yes, you gotta fucking lift a hammer. You gotta lift the wood. All that's inconvenient.
Yes.
Building anything you create causes inconvenience, causes effort to be expended.
Yes, like same thing with expression.
You say that yes like it's a given when you fucking think, oh, friends just magically end up in your lap.
Well, now that you're saying it makes sense, so I'm agreeing with that and saying yes, but yeah, I should have realized that a long time ago, and yeah, that's what you're referring to.
Sweet. So this is always referring to social interaction because it's a social interaction academy. So your mindset should be, there's going to be effort involved. I'm going to have to inconvenience myself. So you got to take the simplest point to point A to point B because you're like a marathon runner who has zero training. So instead of running uphill your first marathon 40 miles, you got to figure out how to find a downhill route with the least amount of running, with the least amount of zigzagging, because you have very little excess effort you can expend. Just like if you're a new social guy, if I say just go make friends right now, it's going to be very daunting for you.
Yes.
So you have to start in little baby steps. Go where people are.
Okay.
Don't focus on getting a girlfriend right off the bat. You have to practice making guy friends. Okay. So this means this is going to be much easier for you. There's another baby step is talking to guys, practicing getting your expectations met with guys.
Yes. Conveying your experiences to
guys.
And like, for example, like going and playing cricket, like that I suggested, it was a pain. It was easier for me to just sit at home. But then I went and did it, and then I got invited to a Super Bowl party, and
There you go. So,
but I had to inconvenience myself. The key was I had to drive those 18 miles, go and tell them, hey, I want to play cricket. I mean, they're new people, but I had to go do that.
There you go. So now when you talk to other people, you're going to be invited into social networks of other people. It's like fucking Gaybook or Facebook, where you friend them, and then they have 20 friends, and those 20 friends have 20 friends. Now suddenly you're a part of a social network, and you're meeting new people. You get introduced to new people. Go to parties with your friends. You meet friends of their friends, and you start forming more and more friendships along the way. But to get it started off, it's going to be difficult. Once it gets started off, it's easy. It goes downhill. It's coasting. It's like once you train and you're a good athlete, it's much easier to run. But when you very first start off, you have a fucking beer gut and a cigar in your hand and you're lazy and out of shape. It's very difficult to start.
Yeah, it's tempting that you're going to like jump from that like John McClane and Die Hard from, you know.
Well, it may be tempting, but you're not going to do it. But it's very tempting to give up because of that mindset.
Yes. You're like, oh, frustrated, like, oh, this is not working for me. Those thoughts can keep coming if you like try to run a marathon without practicing.
Yes.
And I have experienced that. But now I realize the problem more and more.
Awesome. So what steps can we practically take as a new retard? Let's say we have zero social experience. What can we take? What steps can we take?
Talk to family members, get out of the house, find with people. I mean, if say you're not in school, you're working.
Well, let's cover easy ones. If you're in school, those are like simple ones. If you have or you work in an environment where there's a ton of people, like you're a teacher or something, what are some simple ones if you're in those environments where there's a lot of people?
I don't know, to me it's always better to have friends outside of work, but anyways.
Fuck.
Go to a meetup, like see if there's a meetup near your house.
Okay, shut up. You're making me kill myself. Okay. If you are at college, there are a bazillion different events involving a ton of people. There's, on any college board, there's, community boards, there's festivals, there's student groups, there's clubs, there's events, etc. You could find any of them. You don't even have to go to that college. You could go to a nearby college and look on the community board and find...
That's what I was thinking about. What if you're not a student? You could still do that.
Doesn't matter. Exactly. Does not matter if you're a student or not. Some things are student-affiliated, student-sponsored clubs, but there's a lot of things where you could just go to.
Okay.
You could also take classes at a community college, a simple class, like a dancing class, a tennis class, anything where there's people.
Take a theater class.
Theater class, anything where there's people. It just has to be people there.
Yes.
Let's see.
I think this should be in the ebook, step 1 for people who...
Step 1 for retards. How to meet other people. Yes. There are many routes to do this.
From 0 to 10 or 0 to 1, how to get it going, how to start the ball.
From 0 to hero.
0 to hero, exactly.
I've already heard that gay phrase somewhere. I don't remember where.
Okay.
So you can network that way. What about if you're not at college, you're not in school, you're out of school, you're graduated, you're at a job right now? You work at the water company, or you work at the fire department, or someplace where you don't
work all day.
Someplace where you don't contact a lot of people at work.
Yeah, you're a nerd sitting behind a computer.
You're in a cubicle somewhere.
Yeah, you're in a cubicle. Go look on Craigslist or Meetup.com.
Craigslist, yes. There's people that want to play tennis. They post on Craigslist, or you could be proactive and say, "Hey, will somebody play tennis with me?"
Exactly. Or start your own group. Kind of that would be like the ideal way.
Will somebody play baseball with me? Will somebody hike with me? Also, there's a lot of hiking places you can go to. If you look online, there's a lot of hiking activities where people go to. We like to have hikes at our academy when we get the students together. We've gone on a couple that have been awesome, amazing hikes. Rock climbing, we just went to do that. There's also bike riding. I'm trying to think of. I'm thinking of non-gay activities. What are some gay activities you could do if you want to bro out and meet new people?
I mean, you brought meeting new people. Gosh, how do you?
But you're a bro.
It's hard, man. Let me think.
You can go to a club.
What club? Nightclub?
Any kind of club. A lounge, a bar, wherever there's people.
But if you have no social skills, what are you going to do at the club? Say, hey,
and not everything's a dance club. There are different types of clubs.
Well, I would like to go to those clubs because most other places don't seem like I can make my parties over there.
Yes. It's not for everybody. I don't suggest clubs. I don't suggest bars, but there are some gay options you can try if you were starting out.
I'm trying to think of a lounge where you could make friends. It seems kind of hard, but maybe it's possible.
It's very difficult because, generally speaking, people make friendships as they're growing up, and that's how they start their social networks, with the people they know from school.
Yes.
But, like I said, if you're a social misfit, you're starting from ground zero, you're going to have to make some effort to get out. Now, if you're a nerd at ground zero, most likely you have the internet at your disposal, and that is a great tool for finding people with common interests. You could just look up your interests and find blogs, find meetup groups, Craigslist. There's a million different single sites. A lot of them that you don't have to pay anything. They're free.
Oh yeah?
Yes.
I didn't realize that.
You did not realize that?
Well, I only know Plenty of Fish or something.
Yes, there are a lot of different places where you can practice social interaction, and I recommend if you're a total shut-in, if you're just a lazy fuck, I don't recommend staying online. If your problem is just laziness, like it's just too convenient for you to stay inside, I don't want you to do this because it's going to work against you in the long run. But if you're just a total shut-in, agoraphobic, and you're just afraid of going outside, I would recommend starting with single sites or chat rooms or things like that where you could talk to people and you're not face-to-face with them yet, but you can actually practice manage your expectations, because the same principles apply of getting your expectations met online as they do in person.
I don't think the students know that many single sites. If they did, they would be posting about their experiences in those sites.
Well, they may know, but they may not want to post about them.
Hmm.
They may not be gay like you and want to post everything.
Okay.
Then again, most of their problems are not lack of experience, but lack of posting their experiences, because it would be very helpful if guys post their dating site experiences or
Exactly.
Online experiences, so they can get some feedback on what they're doing right and what they're doing wrong.
Yep.
But the point is, there are many resources out there. It's going to require you to inconvenience yourself to take advantage of those resources. It's going to require you to inconvenience yourself to to go out there and actually meet people.
Yes. Put in energy, put in work.
You're going to have to put in some effort. Put in some work.
It's much easier to just sit at home.
Yes, much easier to sit at home. Much less exciting, but much easier. You can also practice meeting girls through various avenues that we talk about. Any place where there's a girl, you can practice talking to her. But like I said, if you're just starting out, girls are going to be like a Tyrannosaurus Rex for you. It's best to just start getting guy friends and start forming social circles, because through those guys, you'll meet sisters, you'll meet cousins, you'll meet other guys that have friends who with girls. So getting from a social network is the way that most people do it, and it's the easiest way to do it.
Well, and also you learn how to socialize in the process.
And you learn how to socialize. You learn a valuable skill of how to socialize with guys in the process, which applies to girls. If you're able to socialize and be a cool guy around guys, you'll have no problem attracting a girl. The same rules apply.
Yes. So, and actually it'll be easier if you start off with guys, because say you have a lot of nervous tics and stuff, guys are less likely to judge you with that harshly.
Yes, you'll get more positive feedback. A guy will be less judgmental than a girl will be.
So then slowly you'll start easing up.
Yes. If I was a girl, I would stop talking to you years ago.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly. Okay. So there are many resources for whatever level you happen to be at, for whatever situation you happen to be in. There are various resources you can take advantage of, but it's going to require you to put in some effort. So plan on putting in some effort. Anything else?
Anything multiplied by 0 is going to be 0.
Thank you for that.
So the best knowledge, the best principles multiplied by 0 equals 0.
That is amazing. Thank you. Okay, so I wanted to talk about something. What?
I know it's amazing. That's why I wanted to say it, just in case.
I like how you think that it's a great idea to talk while I'm talking while we're on a podcast, so it all bumbles into one incomprehensible lump.
Okay.
Consider the audience, you selfish asshole.
All right. I mean, I'm getting more experience now, so I will keep that in mind.
Whenever you say I'll keep that in mind, I don't even believe that. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is open any post, and you'll see these lovely new smileys that have been added. I removed like 90% of the gay ones, and I've left some amazing smileys, like the dancing finger smiley is one of my favorites every time I see that. The clapping smiley, but I always see that as a sarcastic clap, and I don't want to use that. The finger wagging smiley, I'm so tempted. I can't wait to wag a finger on somebody. The nose rolling smiley. Finally, we got a liar smiley. Let's see here. The shush smiley. He's shushing people. I like the chicken catching smiley. One of the smiley faces is catching a chicken. That never gets old for me. I just love staring at that little fucking chicken being caught. The little dog running. I can't wait to use that. The little cute pink bunny. Can't wait to use that. Let me go and see some of my favorite smileys here. The little brown, like it looks like a gingerbread cat. It's on page 2. Amazing. The annoying dancing banana, I left it there because it's kind of a staple, but it's so annoying. There were like 20 different versions of that banana. I deleted most of them. I left the other dancing banana that explodes. If you watch the second banana, he just explodes. That's beautiful. Jaws a shark. I can't wait to use that one. The can of spam. I thought that would be helpful at some point. Let's see here. There's a bunch of little characters, cartoon faces, Calvin and Hobbes, that type of thing. There's a pom-pom cheerleader girl. I thought those would come in handy. Group hugs. Shocking guy trying to stick his tongue out at people. There's a smiley with a gun to his head, and he's whistling, and he checks the gun, and he blows his head off. Amazing. Snowman, can't wait to use that. I don't like these smileys with signs in their hands. Like that one says welcome, one says I'm new here, one says I'm stupid. You know, they're just kind of, all right. The smiley's we're supposed to get it through the picture of the smiley.
Exactly.
Not read it.
The picture's supposed to speak the words.
Yes. Smileys with guns. Nothing like a great smiley with gun. I like this. I wish this was in a yellow smiley format, but it's the MSN Messenger characters, and one of them is just smacking the other one back and forth. And then these big, huge smileys. Somebody invented, like, these stylistic-looking smileys that are 3 times the size of normal smileys. And I hate every one of them. They don't move, and they're just annoying. And the very last smiley is this blue smiley, and he just vomits like a volumes of vomit all over the place. But he takes so long to do it. He just looks like he's a bored smiley, and you think, okay, who the fuck cares about that? And all of a sudden he starts getting sick and puckering his mouth, and his cheeks get big, and then he just vomits this huge orange spray of vomit on you.
They're like smiley overload.
Yes, there's definitely smiley overload. So I got so excited seeing all these new smileys on the forum, because I was like, how do you get new smileys on the forum? Fucking so complex just to add stupid smileys on here.
I just found a gap and I spoke when I need.
You found what?
I found a gap in the conversation and he stopped speaking and I spoke. Just thought I'd find it out.
So awesome.
It's like I have to find those pauses and then bam, jump in there.
I'll try to listen to you talking and shut up when you're talking. That's kind of your cue to just interrupt me. I'll try and play off of you. Never mind. I was talking about coordinating with you, and then I realized I'm talking about coordinating with you, and then I realized what kind of fail idea is that?
Yeah, how do I coordinate with you?
Yeah, I don't want to coordinate with you. That's a problem. You are impossible to coordinate with for me. You cause me more frustration than coordination.
I think the coordination would help reduce the frustration, hopefully.
Yes. Okay, so the next topic here, what do we have here? The new movie. I can't believe we haven't even talked about this. This is the topic of topics. This is the sensation of sensations.
The one you made?
The whole reason Manhood Academy is built. The Oscar award-winning movie, The Story of Feminism as Told by Women.
Oh yeah, that movie gets my emotions up.
Oh, every time I see it, I can't tell you how many times. When I was making it, it was so fucking annoying, some of the parts, but some of the part about creating all the inventions, the guys versus the girls, so classic. I could watch that for hours.
I love that. You added it in later and I was like, wow, this is so cool now.
It's so fucking amazing.
You put like the ABC rock and shit.
It goes to music. I'm looking on Vimeo right now. If you go to Vimeo and you type in The Story of Feminism, you can see we posted one of the links there, and it gives you a kind of a count of people watching it.
Oh yeah, wow.
And the first day it was released on Vimeo, it got 1,000 views. Then it went down to 600. Then it went down to 500. Then it went back up to 577. Then it went down to 467. Then it went up on Sunday, Monday, I can't remember what day, to 1,232 yesterday.
Nice.
And today, 536 so far and counting. And you think that's got to add up to 1 billion views, right? No. Fucking 6,155. Whenever I see a video with 6,000 views or like in the thousands, I think that's a crappy video. If I see a YouTube video with at least like 1 million or in 6 digits, then I think, oh, that's a good video. So I'm so disappointed we only have 6,000 views. It's so sad.
First of all, it's not on YouTube. I mean,
so that's the other problem. YouTube is a fucking cockhore jizz monster that will not post the full version on there. Otherwise, we'd have 1 billion views.
I've seen longer videos on there in front of it.
Actually, I've seen parts of our movie posted there by other people.
Oh wow, that's a good sign.
So there's that. Plus, we got views in our. But the problem is, we also have the movie chopped up not chopped up. It's posted in various locations, so people don't just have to go to Vimeo. They can go to YouTube and see it. Parts of it, I should say. They can see it. We put together a trailer, which is actually pretty cool, for it on YouTube, and then also on our own forum, it's posted, and it's got 2,398 views.
Okay.
So it's almost up to 10 grand. It should be up to 10 grand if we consider all the other locations. Also, it's on Daily Motion. It's got a bunch of views there.
I wonder how you could get it on YouTube. What is the problem?
Well, we have to fucking remove the copyrighted music.
Okay. Nah, I like the music.
You are not.
I guess once you find some other song, copyrighted music.
Yeah, I don't want to remove those songs because they're so fucking amazing.
Yeah, they go with that thing. Yeah. Google,
who
YouTube.
owns YouTube, is such a cockwhore. But
I've seen videos with all kinds of music on there. I don't know what they're.
I posted some of the comments from various sites. I've just conglomerated them, become an aggregate. I become Google myself. And I've just gathered all the comments there. And let's go through some of the comments. Here. Okay, here's a comment from some guy called Professor Plum. Okay, this movie is amazing. And he put amazing in like huge letters.
Yes.
After the first initial failure, I wanted to eat a bag of marshmallows and watch an Oprah marathon before killing myself. But after hitting the editing room hard, bold letters, and working this project like a disobedient hooker, there's finally light at the end of the tunnel. It's almost 18 minutes long now and growing, and it's phenomenal now. I'm actually enjoying watching it. Whee! I can't wait to release it. About halfway done editing, but we'll keep you updated.
I wonder what happens if you make it a half hour.
I wish I could make it 2 hours.
Yeah.
You definitely might have fallen asleep during the last version. Yeah, the very first version of it I thought was so awesome. I showed Dr. Ladice and he went, "Can I fucking fall asleep during this movie? This is so terrible." And I was like, "Why is it so terrible?" He's like, "Because you don't introduce the transition. You're like High School 101, no transitions. You just show all these images with no connection." I'm like,
now it makes so much more sense.
You're right, because I understand those because I understand the context, but the average person, like the average emasculated male, doesn't understand all the problems, so I have to add all the text. Then it makes sense to me. Now I understand what he's saying.
It's so much better, so much more clear.
So once he gave me that tip, I realized, yes, I got to lower the common denominator of my audience. I'm assuming these guys are intelligent. I got to assume they're fucking retards, so I got to tell them a story now. And so that actually prompted me to make it more exciting.
Well, most Hollywood movies, they walk you through, man. I mean,
I didn't want to make a Hollywood movie. I just wanted to fucking get the information out there and get guys riled up to care about their fucking rights, their expectations, their life. But you can't help retards without exciting them. So we got to get the Braveheart going.
Yes.
So he says, you definitely might have fallen asleep during the last version, but you won't even have time to eat your popcorn with this new and improved version. I guarantee victory. And it looks like victory was guaranteed. Let's see. Really enjoyed the video. Great work. Who was the blonde woman being interviewed who pointed out how many criminals come from single mother backgrounds? That's Ann Coulter.
Ann Coulter, yeah.
Would like to see more of that interview. Well, you can find it on YouTube. Ann Coulter on The View. Go ahead and read the next one. War Shark.
War Shark? Oh, yeah. Thanks. It's interesting to see the responses from other women on the interview videos on YouTube.
Yes. Finally, this is so awesome because there's no guys talking on it. It's just all chicks.
Huh.
I saw the story of feminism, and I had to join your site. I love that fucking comment. From Two Marcus?
Two Mix, yeah.
Two Mix? Something like that. Another awesome comment from Professor Plum. We appreciate all the support for the men around the world. Okay, great. Krabby Abby, some cunt on Vimeo.
That video is bullshit. Women can do just as much as men. You're just too scared to post any facts.
Yeah. I love this video we found of Jill Mills trying to prove how dominant she is over men. She's the world's strongest woman.
Some average dudes.
She looks like a fucking Incredible Hulk. She's probably bigger than all three of these guys put together.
Full of steroids for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah, she could eat all these guys like a Black Widow. So she's like, yeah, you see how big my guns are? See how huge I am? I'm going to fucking show these men. I'm going to teach these men a lesson. So the first guy, she beats his fag, barely. God damn it. It says embedding disabled by request.
Well, I remember what happened. So then she meets the next guy, some average dude who just woke up or something.
Oh.
And that guy she's like, she thinks he's going to
Hold on. I hate YouTube. It's such a cock-whore. It changes all the fucking dynamics of videos. You notice that? Like, you post a video a certain way, and you can just link to it and play it. But then YouTube is such a fucking cock-chugging cum guzzler. Yeah, it's disabled. I have to go to YouTube now. I got to watch it on YouTube.
Why do they keep doing that shit?
By request? Because they're fucking faggots. YouTube is a fucking cock-whore. Okay, so you can play it on YouTube.
YouTube even, removes videos that show feminism in the background.
God damn it. YouTube is such a fucking faggot. I just saw a recent feminist video basically of people fucking humping the ground, and they're all naked, chicks showing their tits, and you know how YouTube is. We can't show tits on the internet. It's bad for the children's. Meanwhile, they got fucking chicks fucking beating off with hot dogs, guys all naked humping the ground with hard-ons, and this is a feminist art video, quote, quote, art video on YouTube. And you're like, what the fuck? Is this a hardcore porno? No, it's a feminist video. Violates every fucking tenet on YouTube, but no, we'll post it because the chick has it up there.
Yeah, Google, Apple, faggy companies.
Total fucking faggots. Okay. So this bitch is like, yeah, I'm going to dominate these guys. And she looks like a fucking monster. Her shoulder's huge.
Man.
First guy is like the stick figure guy. He looks like a fucking fag. And of course he gets beat. She's all, get this faggot out of here. She's about to kick ass on everybody else. And then this other dude comes up and goes, hey bitch, I'm a guy. I have natural strength that you don't have. And you're about to get dominated. So he just owns his bitch. She's all disappointed. What happened? I thought it was girl power. I'm so much stronger.
Girl power.
I'm girl power. She got beat. Get your bitch out. And this guy's like, yeah. Then this other guy, he gets on there. He's like, oh no, I'm gonna get beat by a chick. He's like, let me own this bitch. And then she pulls up both of her hands to try and beat him. She's so fucking embarrassed. Get the fuck out of here, bitch. So
cute. She used both her hands to win.
Both hands to win. Great. Good job for
World's strongest women.
Woo! Women can do everything. Woo! Okay. Oh, look, it's a bunch of pathetic megalomaniacs who are not as smart as they think. You guys must be 12 or 13. Obviously, she overestimated our penis size. It's much smaller than that. Not 12 inches, not 13 inches. That's black territory.
Nice, I like that.
Worth watching. Next
Excellent
one.
video, but rather painful to watch. Presents some great points and arguments. Is there a copy on YouTube?
Yeah, you know what? It is painful to watch. If you're a guy seeing this for the first time, you're saying, I should pay in both instances. I like how women justify that. Yeah, if a girl asks you out, you should reward her by paying for her. Oh, by the way, whoever asked the person out on the date first should pay for her. So that's you.
Oh, that's true.
And you're a guy, you're a gentleman, you should pay for her. So there's no fucking instance where a woman is ever told to pay.
You're right. In the previous argument, they were saying, oh, whoever asks pays. Now they're even saying, even if the other person asks, you still pay.
I love the one, they always use that one. Whoever asks pays. That's like saying to a chick, whoever's better at the job gets a job. If we said that, all men would take women's jobs instantly. But women are like, no, that's not fair. We need quotas, we need equality, we need affirmative action.
Well, and there's even more to it. Like, you need another female perspective. You need that side to the corporation. They might bring some input, all kind of bullshit.
Yeah, but that's not the point, you fuck. Oh my god, damn it. Way to fuck up the entire point. The point was, chicks use the hypocritical reasoning to justify why they should be hired for jobs that men do better. But then they turn around and go, oh, we're dating. Oh, whoever asks pays. Well, obviously, guys are going to ask more often because that's just simple biology. Guys chase naturally because they're sexually attracted to women. So women are taking advantage of their natural position.
Yes.
Their natural position as women is being pursued by men. They're taking advantage of men by saying, oh, yeah, whoever asks pays. Yeah, how about whoever's smarter gets to rule the country? How about whoever's stronger gets to be in charge? How about that? Mm-hmm. Oh, no, that's not fair now. Now we believe in equality. Yeah, very painful to watch. And I love the other one. If a chick asks you out, oh, come on, reward her for asking you out. So there's no fucking justification for a chick to ever pay is essentially the point. And
they never say, reward the guy for asking out. You have the balls to come and ask.
Yeah, what about that? What about the guy having the balls to ask out? And it's so fucking annoying to hear every chick justify every one of these arguments. They don't see any discrepancy. That is how fucking unqualified women are to lead. They don't ever want to acknowledge any wrongdoing or any hypocrisy in the statements. You notice no woman goes, oh yeah, that is hypocritical. Every fucking one of them defends those hypocritical positions, and they wonder why guys don't want to treat them fairly. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, nobody said that was hypocritical. You're right.
Not one of them. Oh, you're right. That is a little hypocritical. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock.
Yeah, I've even never heard a girl say it's hypocritical so far. Even in real
it's
life,
always a justification. How can I justify my hypocrisy? I have a sneaky suspicion that if this were placed up on YouTube, it would be gone within hours. Yeah. Okay, great vid. Just the sort of hard-hitting stuff we expect from Manhood Academy.
Nice.
Great video.
Great video. A lot of valid points in it.
You're goddamn right there was a lot of valid points in it. This is the best video ever. Uploaded to YouTube. Crap, we need it to go viral. I love this guy's enthusiasm. He even went chick punctuation. He went 4 exclamation points. Eventually, all this quote hate speech, as they label it, is going to hit the mainstream. Heaven help women when it does.
Great stuff.
Okay, next page. Okay, so you get the idea.
Yeah.
There's a lot of manginas defending some of the viewpoints on here, but there's also a lot of guys waking up and seeing the hypocrisy, so that's very
I like that. It's encouraging to see guys pointing out the hypocrisy and hey, that's bullshit.
Yes, it's very encouraging.
I like
It's encouraging to see guys finally getting their fucking balls back for a change.
Yes.
The irony is, guys don't realize that most of these guys are paying for chicks because they're trying to get pussy, but they don't realize if they got their balls back, not only would they have to pay less for pussy, you have to pay at all. You wouldn't have to pay at all. A chick would be attracted to you just for having balls.
That's harder to see when you just want
pussy. It's very difficult. It's very difficult to see. But it's so amazing once you see it, you realize how stupid I am to think I'm going to pay for pussy. Let's see here. What else? Let's see what's next on the agenda. PUA haters. We got some guys from the PUA hate site coming over.
Oh. They were talking about honor and dishonor. I find that kind of amusing for a PUA guy to talk about something more than sophisticated.
Well, these are guys from PUA Hate. This is the site that is dedicated to exposing all the seduction community, pickup artists like Mystery and Style and Hypnotic and all those other fags. This is a site dedicated to exposing all the scams, all the bullshit, etc. So they have a good intention, but it's basically run by a lot of fucktards.
Okay. I mean, I'm surprised they took offense to that one point. There's so many other, good point. Exactly.
These guys are fucktards. They're looking for an excuse. These are like guys who've been cheated out of their money, or guys who have been listening to pickup artists for, practicing quote-unquote secret techniques from pickup artists and failing miserably, and now they're bitter and disillusioned. So they're trying to take it out on everyone who's even remotely associated with any type of self-help or pickup or anything they consider to be
They're trying to find a fault anywhere they can.
Exactly. They're looking for faults. Okay. So instead of, showing some balls, having some courage to actually look at the meat of our content from our ebook, they pick on some, fucking silly points about evolution, etc., and try to harp on these. And even their points are just so fucking terrible. It's like talking about
I don't think anything about evolution is ever mentioned in the ebook, so I don't know where
it's not even mentioned in the ebook. It's just a post on the forum, but they have a problem with this post. It's like they're nitpicking for, the tiniest little thing.
Okay.
God, you know what I fucking hate? Are these faggots that go, you said you're going to share everybody's opinion and you're not afraid of us. Meanwhile, these faggots post the gayest post. They post you're assholes, you're gay, we hate you, you're lame, the end. Why would we want to post that? Yeah,
it's great. Garbage.
You know what? It's fine if we post an example to show, hey, these are what fags are saying about us. Here's a typical argument. So we can see, to get our general gist, that's fine. We have one of those already. But why would we want to post, why would we want to litter our forum with that nonsense so we can make it into your forum? I mean, there's some great posts exposing the scam artists from the seduction community on P-Way Hate, but you have to go through 5,000 fucking posts to even find them. 99% of the posts on there are just hey, bro, what's up? 20 pages of what's going on. You're a dick. You're an asshole. Nonsensical stuff that means nothing to anybody visiting, trying to find any information out on these scam artists.
Yes.
If I was looking for information on mystery, I would have to fucking spend 2 hours searching for, through all this bullshit just to find something relevant.
Yeah, you try to weed out the bullshit here.
Our job is to weed that nonsense out so you don't have to fucking waste your time. Why would we want to waste every guy's valuable time with idiots like you posting nonsense? It makes no sense at all.
Yeah.
Evolution not proven. Curious George. Topic. Evolution is not proven. So we responded to that. Yeah, exactly. Okay.
I thought it was the principles of order.
That's another post. This guy was just insane. This guy is just a low education guy. Let's see here. Principles of order and disorder are wrong. Usually guys that are telling us we're wrong are not the brightest guys. Let's just be blunt. They're just fucktards. And we basically just go through and dismantle his post. He's talking about, the beauty of, most nerds, he has no idea what the root concept of order and disorder are, or chaos and harmony. And he says, you look at the sky, it's all chaotic. He has no fucking clue that the sky is full of order.
Yes.
And we gave some examples of disorder. We showed a picture of paint splatters, just random paint splatters on a canvas. A Jackson Pollock painting, which is a famous guy who's famous for producing nonsense. All he did was he took paint splatters, threw them on a canvas, and said, here's art. Fucking idiot. But what's worse is there are fucking idiots out there who validated him and said, yeah, you know what, that is art. It's not art. It's you being a fucktard. It's you throwing random paint splatters on there expecting people to go, oh, that's so amazing. You look at this can of random paint splatters and you look at his painting, you cannot tell the difference. It's the exact same painting. What the fuck?
What?
I'm looking at this post. I can't see all the pictures. Can you see them on your post?
Hold on, I'm trying to get there.
You are not alone. I just posted it for you.
That's helpful.
Can you see the different pictures on there? Because I can't see 3 of them.
Yeah, I can see the pictures.
Google Chrome is such a cocksucker sometimes. You notice that?
I'm using Firefox.
Yeah, I got to go to Firefox to actually see what I want to see. Fucking cocksucker Chrome.
I see the third grader scribbling on a board, scribble something on a board or something.
Yeah, look, tell me which one is a Jackson Pollock painting, which one is paint splatters. Take a guess. Which one is the Jackson Pollock painting?
The first one? The third one.
Wrong. That's not the $5 billion painting. That's a worthless painting.
There's only two paintings which look like that. The rest is some kid drawing something.
Exactly. The first one is not a Jackson Pollock painting. You thought that was the valuable multi-million-dollar painting, right?
Nah.
You got suckered. It's the third one.
I said third the second time.
You just lost out on $1 billion. My question is, Jackson Pollock paintings go for a lot of money because people are fucking retarded. But how would you know the difference between a real Jackson Pollock and a guy just throwing up vomit on a canvas? How would you even know the difference? They're so fucking disorderly.
If that's the case, add some paint and try to make some money.
Yeah, exactly. And then we posted graffiti on a bathroom wall, a pile of vomit, a kid's first grade drawing. They all look the same. And then you see true order. A guy with talent and skill using his knowledge of arrangement and creating a beautiful scene. And even this isn't a realistic painting. This isn't realism. This is impressionism. You're getting an impression of something. You're giving feelings and colors. And even though everything isn't painted verbatim with exact details, because it's so orderly, you could see the order. You could see the streetlights implied.
Yeah.
You could see the colors in the sky implied. You could see the reflections implied.
And the theme is very warm and cozy. I like the way it is.
Yeah, he's created a mood with the sky and the
Yes,
lighting. He's
the
created
mood,
a mood in you. So there's a whole arrangement in this painting. It's just a masterful arrangement of elements, and this takes effort. This is not chaotic. So this guy is looking up at the sky and going, see, that's all chaos up there. That's beautiful chaos right there. Nebula, chaos. It's just like the same retards who look at a lawn of leaves, and they see leaves everywhere, and they go, yeah, look at, that's just chaos right there, right?
Yep.
Well, in a sense, yes, it is chaos, because all the leaves are just scattered all over the ground. But the way those leaves fell, and the leaves themselves, are orderly elements. Yes. So we look at a leaf, we look closer, we see cell lines in it, we see cell structure, we see uniformity. So we see purpose in there, a purposeful design. Something is created here.
I mean, a tree seems very orderly. There's always,
Yeah, you always see something in a seed that is, you can trust to occur in another seed or in another plant, a similar characteristic, because there's an order to it.
Yes.
And even the way disorderly elements react, like we took a desert, just sand randomly strewn everywhere, and you see patterns in the sand formed by a wind. It follows it's an orderly force that affects a desert in an orderly pattern. So you see, same with waves, same with how fire moves, ocean waves, etc. So you can see order at work in various cases in every case, if you're paying attention to order.
Yes.
If you don't have an understanding of order like this guy,
you might think it's chaotic.
Yeah, you might think it's chaotic on the outside, but if you look at a subatomic level, at a deeper level, you'll see everything has this perfect order to it, this arrangement to it.
Yes.
Anything else? What's next?
Let's see.
How long have we gone? Holy shit, 2 hours? Are you kidding me?
What?
Time flies when we're getting stuff done.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah, I was fucking surprised. I thought it was only like an hour, almost an hour, but we've gone 2 hours. Holy shit.
Yeah, wow.
That shows we've actually been doing something.
I know. We were engaged.
You were engaged. You were actually talking. I was impressed.
Well, yeah, I was like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna talk.
Yeah, fuck it.
Fuck it, man. I'm fucking talking this.
I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna derail the podcast this time by being silent. Yeah, people are gonna hear the last one, and then they're gonna hear this one. They're like, "What the fuck happened to Boggs? He went on crazy pills."
Every now and then, this transformation keeps happening.
Boggs is like a beautiful butterfly. Oh, wait a second. Hold on. I totally forgot. I haven't even listened. This is a first time experience. This is a first time experience. We're gonna play. Who's we gonna play? We're gonna play High School 101's expression voice podcast, whatever you want to call it. Where's the expression? You know what? I couldn't find the expression form. You know why? Because I changed the fucking picture.
You couldn't find an expression
form? I couldn't find the honing your expression section of the forum.
Oh, who couldn't find it? Oh, you couldn't. Okay.
I couldn't find it because I changed the picture in the forum. I'm like, where'd it go? And I forgot. I put this little feather. It used to be milk and cookies, which makes absolutely no sense for honing your expression. But in my mind, I love that picture, so I wanted to force the association when there really is none. So in my mind, I just made it like, oh yeah, it's just guys sharing cookies and milk together.
Dude, even expectation management, we need to change it from the globe, from the earth. We need to change it like some guy giving a karate chop to another guy or something.
Expectation management. Oh, that implies violence. I don't want to imply violence.
Well, I mean, a globe, the showing the earth is not showing expectation management.
Well, you're right. The globe was intended to show that it's applying to the world, like to the real world. This applies wherever you go in the world.
Maybe you could show two people talking, like the image of two people talking.
Expectation management, two people talking. Yeah, maybe something more along the lines of actual interaction or some picture that conveys something.
Yes.
Yeah, I need some ideas for that. So that's probably the next one to go.
Or you could do like what you gave me, the 2 fingers. Meet my expectation or fuck up.
Unfortunately, nobody would understand what that meant, but that's awesome. I gave Boggs a little mnemonic since he was having so much trouble with these theoretical concepts. Just something simple. Basically, you explain it, Boggs. What do we tell you to do? So you can
basically have your 2 fingers up, the middle finger and the finger to the left of it, and it's your 2 options when people are fucking with you. So, so number 1, they meet your expectation. Yes. Or number 2, you give them the middle finger to fuck off.
What's the meet your expectation?
Pardon?
What's the meet your expectation?
Meet your expectation is like either they respect you or like you tell them something, they listen to you.
Right. No, what do you do with your fingers? What are you doing with your fingers?
What is this, the pointing finger?
You're giving them the peace sign.
Yes, the peace sign. Yes, the peace sign are the two options.
You give them the V, the two-finger V. So you either give them the peace sign like, yes, you're meeting my expectations, or the other option is if they're not meeting your expectations.
You lower one finger and you keep the middle finger and tell them to fuck
You
off.
lower the index finger, now you got your middle finger up, and you tell them to fuck off. You turn it around and it says fuck off.
Yes,
so
basically you apply pain.
It's a very simple thing. I want to make it into a t-shirt.
I like that. It's like my expectation gun. Whenever people fucking you pull it out. You're like, this is the t-shirt. Always reminded. These are the two options.
This is the t-shirt. It's going to say, meet my expectations on the front, and it's going to say ... and it's going to have a peace sign, guy holding up two fingers. On the back, it's going to say, or fuck off, and just a middle finger. So just an easy reminder. Don't make it complicated. Meet my expectations or fuck off.
There's only two options.
Two options.
Yeah.
Meet it or fuck off.
Yes.
I like that. Very simple for you. Very simple. Nice. Very simple for beginners. Okay, so we're gonna go have a World Series. We're gonna have a world premiere right now. We're gonna listen in on High School 101's wonderful.
I actually liked what you said, like in the library, sleeping.
What's that?
I like listening to it today. Like about him wanting to sleep in the library or something.
Thanks. I like how you speak like right in the middle. Like people are supposed to understand what the fuck you're even talking about.
In media res, paperclips.
In media res, paperclips. No fucking idea what you're talking about. You just shout words out. Taco. Tuesday. I like it.
I'm so excited. I just have to say something.
You're such a Tourette's retard. Okay, shut up now. We're going to hear from... All right, we're playing it now.
I love how the whole library is like my bedroom now. It's just designed so the whole place is just designed so people can come in and sleep. I mean, if you want just the standard fare, there are these chairs with really, really tall sides that people can like curl up in. Or if people actually want to sleep in them, they can bring like two of them together.
Okay, hold on a second. That's what we're dealing with right now. What's your take on it so far?
I liked it. I mean, he kind of told how he wants to sleep, or people can sleep between those chairs, and at least it's kind of brought me some experience. And
I'm just too demanding. I was just bored. I was like listening to the monotonous monotone, and I was like just tuning out. I was like, what is chair? Something library? I heard like every third word. No inflection. But I think his voice is clear. He needs to articulate a little more. He's kind of stumbling and swallowing his words like this, so it's like he's biting his teeth and eating his words. So, but other than that, I think he just needs to articulate more, round out his vowels.
Yeah, now that you say it, I can see it. Yeah, it's only going on.
Okay, let's keep going. Let's hear some more.
And just take a nap in those. That's usually what they do. Or if you like the luxury experience like I usually do, I just go all out. There are these benches with soft cushions in between the posts. I just lie down and sleep on those. But the problem with those is that most of them are in pretty public places, so I feel kind of awkward doing that. I'm just kind of bummed. But
okay.
You know what?
So he's like letting words run into each other like Elvis instead of articulating, and either slowing down so people can understand what you're saying or articulating more.
And also conveying some emotion, like does he like
Yeah, I can't tell if he likes the library or he's just reading. It sounds like he's just reading like a high school play, not a high school play, like a sixth grade play. Like, I am Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I am having fun at Santa's Village. I am really happy to be here. This is super exciting. Like, that's how I hear it.
He went Gazaiger style.
Yes, he's Gazaiger style. This is a great time we're having. There is a nuclear weapon, though, that is heading towards Earth. We are all about to die. I will miss you a lot, Bogler. You have been a great friend to me. So,
exactly.
I feel like I'm getting lost in the monotony, the monotone. There's a reason why you're drawn to listening to people and you tune out to other people. Like for you, for instance, as retarded as you are, I'm actually drawn to listening to you because you have emotion in your voice, you have inflection, which means you're excited about your point. And I'm not saying you have to be some excited Tourette's happy faggy guy, but you have to be, or you don't have to be. I'm trying to say, how am I trying to say this? You have to be willing to bring somebody into your experience. So, for instance, you're talking about a food or a movie you like, and you're like, oh, yeah. Or when you remember something, you're like, oh, yeah, that thing. And when you go, oh, yeah, I know you're excited about that thing. Or I know there's something interesting or something that's going to be important about that thing because you change your tone about that versus you're talking about work. Oh, fuck, I hate work. It's this or that.
There's a degree that shows you
there's a degree of difference in your experience that I get from your voice tone. But if everything is like, and then my mom died, well, I won the lotto after that, and then I bought a 4-story mansion, and then I bought a Ferrari, and then my hand got chopped off, so then I went to work. There's nothing conveyed in your voice. If that's fine for words on a page, because then it depends on your construction and arrangement of the words. But with your spoken voice, you don't have to rely so much on detail because you can imply detail or degree with inflection. Like if I say, your hair is beautiful like the midnight sky. It's ravenously blue. It brings pleasures to my heart. That's very verbose when you're speaking to somebody, right? I'm speaking to you. We're going to say, fuck, your hair is so amazing. Look at that hair. Oh, I just want to grab it. I just want to touch it. Look, it's like silky. It's shiny. It's all cute looking. I conveyed so much about the hair just in the way I've changed my voice, even though I haven't said anything too deep about that hair.
Yeah, nothing to elaborate. Yeah.
Nothing to elaborate, right. So even my points, I'm making a simple point. I pause. I emphasize this point.
Yeah, your voice inflection, there's good inflection.
It's not that there's good inflection like I'm like, this is how to be good. Like I'm consciously going, how do I make this good? But what's happening the way I'm speaking?
You're transparent with what your message is. You're transparent with
Yes, that's it. I'm transparent with my intention, with how I'm experiencing that thing. Like if this point is important, I'm like, look, this is an important point. You need to fucking pay attention because I want to stress this point. And I feel the immediacy of that. I feel like, yes, this is an important point. I feel it's important. So it like, I don't want to say it excites me, but it doesn't, I'm not saying like I'm all thrilled to speak about it, but I'm like, I realize this is an important point. You have to fucking get it. So
you want to emphasize.
It's frustrating to me if you don't get it. I'm conveying my frustration if you don't get it. Because I know a lot of guys don't get it. I'm like, fuck, you don't get this. That you're like, a guy will say, you should pay for dinner because it's a good thing to do because we're gentlemen. And it frustrates me. So I want to convey that frustration like, you're a fucking idiot. You don't understand.
You are conveying emotion, I guess. I don't know.
I'm conveying my experience of that. I'm conveying my frustration. Yes, I am conveying emotion. I am conveying how I'm experiencing that thing, how I'm experiencing that thought. I'm not just an inanimate object. I'm not a table. I'm not a lamp. I'm not a robot. Those things, those sentiments affect me. So when a guy says, look, you should be paying because you're the guy, that frustrates me because it makes me say, why the fuck would you do that? You're fucking it up for everybody. You're fucking it up for yourself because you're not going to attract the girl. You're going to be the nice guy. And you're fucking it up for me because now I have to deal with a bitch that you've created.
Yes.
So I have an experience of what he's saying. Those words affect me. So then I'm conveying now how they affect me. It doesn't, I don't just go, you know what, guys? It's not a real good idea for you to be an emasculated guy. It doesn't really help you in the future. Yes. Imagine if I talk like that on every podcast. Every podcast was just like, look, guys.
It would be like a guy from the math club speaking.
Yeah, you would just tune the fuck out. You wouldn't bother listening to it.
Yes.
I've heard other guys with, they are talking about their podcast. They have bullet points for the podcast. And they sound like the most amazing bullet points on earth. They're like, look, this meteor is going to hit the earth and I'm going to talk about it. And also, I fucked 3 chicks at once this one time. And then this midget jumped on my head and I took him for a ride on a magical unicorn. And you're going to hear all about this in the podcast. And then so I'm so excited just by reading the podcast notes, like what's going to be on the podcast. And I hear this guy talking. And then the magical unicorn came and I jumped on his back. And then the strippers came into the room and then fireworks went off and then the fire department came in and
then Mel Gibson stopped by.
Mel Gibson stopped by and then people were chasing me and I was in a chase with 12 cars and the cop cars all piled up behind me. And then I fired my shotgun out of the window. And then I had to go to work and do some math problems and then that was it. That was my experience. And you're like, I don't give a fuck if all those things really happen to you. I don't care anymore. Because you sound like a robot to me. You sound like Google. You know what's the most annoying thing to me? Here, I'm conveying my frustration with hearing this here. And now I'm transparent. You're seeing how I react to this. When I hear people making Google videos and they're just so adamant, there's like, this is super important information, but they use that synthetic Google voice to convey it. Like they go, feminism is bad. It gives women right to say everything without taking responsibility for their actions. I'm like, yes, the message is important, but because you're worried about anonymity and you've used Google Voice to convey that message, it's totally lost. Nobody cares.
Yeah, it shows lack of balls. Like you should be able to say it.
It's not the lack of balls. God damn it. You see, now I'm conveying my frustration with having to deal with you. You fuck up every single point. The point is not lack of balls. The point is about expression, you retard.
Yeah, but if you are scared, you will go.
God damn it. Kill me. This is me expressing my frustration. My hands are in my head. I want to shoot myself. I'm not worried about how you think of my expression because I'm more concerned with my expectation of me expressing my frustration to you. So that's why I'm okay with letting you know you're a retard and grabbing my head like this on camera.
I understand that. I just want
this lets you know, but this is my point about expression, that you are totally fucking up because you're fucking Indian. Not only is it the words like fuck that convey my frustration, but is how I say the word. It's not fuck, you are fucking up the podcast, Boggles. You should pay more attention to the point and not try to fuck it up by speaking about irrelevant points that have nothing to do with the main point. I'm like, fuck, you fucking Indian. That conveys to you my frustration. It conveys to you that I hate what you're doing. It conveys to you pain. My pain conveyed to you.
Yeah.
It shapes you. It's a painful experience. Like, you're a fucking idiot. It conveys pain. It's like a slap.
Yes.
The same way I say, Boggs, that thing you posted, it was amazing. Amazing. I'm not saying you have to stress everything like it's a worldwide movie. That's not the point. I'm not trying to say,
At least to some degree.
be the super duper actor. You are not a super duper actor. You proved how in the last podcast. You might not be aware of this, but you proved what a terrible actor you were. When I said play this part and you read it like, I am the girl. I am the bitch. You're so fucking terrible at doing it. But you're a very transparent guy in that you convey your emotions well. You convey what you're experiencing very well, and that's very attractive. Even though you're not a very competent guy, you're a very attractive guy in the sense that you convey your experiences well. That is attractive. That's what's enjoyable about podcasting with you lately, or speaking to you lately. I remember hanging out with you the first time. It's fucking a chore. But every now and then when you're expressing yourself, it's stimulating. People enjoy it.
Right.
So this is just a habit to get into, is being transparent with your experiences. And this comes through practice. And this comes through realizing that once you are transparent with your experiences and you convey your person to the other person you're talking to, then you get feedback from them. You get positive feedback. You get affirmation. You get approval from them. They're like, oh, I want to hang out with you again. Oh, it was good. I had a good time talking to you. This encourages you to be more transparent. The things that discourage us from being transparent are, you say, I love Transformers, it's a great movie. And they're like, you're such a fucking nerd. So now next time you go, oh, I shouldn't have said that. I don't want to appear stupid. I don't want to displease them. So now you change your expectations. Now you're like, I don't know. Transformers, all right. I don't know. It's okay. So you get broed out. You try to be a bro. You say whatever, kind of a monotone. Yeah, it's cool, bro. Yeah, I saw Inception. It's cool. Whatever. It's cool, bro.
See, that's what I was trying to get to. The reason why they would be monotone is because of the fear.
Yes, the fear. The fear causes them to adopt this faggot monotone bro voice.
That's lack of balls, dude. That's the point I was trying to
then I was frustrated for nothing. Oh, you had a deeper point that I totally missed. I was so used to you fucking up all my points. I totally missed this important point.
You stereotype my important point with a garbage point.
Yeah, please reiterate your point, because now it makes sense in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, because the reason a lot of guys are monotone, they're like, because they're worried, like, oh, I wonder how, others might judge if I was all expressive. Maybe they might think, like, why is this guy hyper? So it's better to play it safe. Oh, yeah, I was in the library. If you just want to curl up. If you say that, maybe other people might think, why is he saying it that way? And those thoughts might be in their mind.
Yes.
It's easier for them to go monotone.
So it's easier for you to hide behind the monotone voice. It's like a Halloween mask.
Yeah.
You don't really want to be this monotone, cool, broed out dude. But everybody around you is a broed out dude. You're like, look, bro, you don't say it that way. You got to say it this way. I had a faggot friend like that. He's always like into fashion. He'd be like, bro, you can't wear that shirt 2 days in a row. Bro, you can't wear those Levi's 2 days in a row. I should have told him, instead of changing my expectation and going home and thinking, oh fuck, I'm wearing these jeans 2 days in a row? Fashion mistake. Oh no, fashion mistake. I should have been like, bro, why are you trying to suck my cock by staring at my jeans? That's what I should have told him. I should have fucking slapped him in his face. But instead, I was a fucking faggot. I have to convey my frustration to you. I was a fucking faggot when I was a little kid going, oh no, fashion mistake, bro. I wore this shirt 2 days in a row, and my friend, he noticed. Oh no.
Well, I mean, the only reason you wouldn't want to wear it 2 days in a row is for, like, if I'm assuming you had 2 different shirts.
Well, sure, there's hygiene, but I don't give a fuck. That's how it should have been. You shouldn't be caring about what you're wearing. You should have an outfit that is the same outfit for every day of the week. Really.
Like Superman.
Superman outfit. Every day of the week it should be like a suit and tie. That's it. No variation, because the variation should be in your experience, not your fucking clothes. The reason why people rely on clothing, or the social authority in clothing, like Michael Jordan shoes.
They lack personal authority.
Because they lack personal authority. It's a lack of balls that makes them have to dress in different outfits and cool outfits every single day.
Yes.
Don't wear that outfit 2 days in a row, bro. Chicks are notorious for that. Can't wear that outfit 2 days in a row. They're always like, oh my God, she wore that twice? You see on blogs, like, there's a picture of a celebrity wearing a shirt, and then the next 2 days later, she's wearing the same shirt. Oh my God, did you see Beyonce? She wore that dress 2 days in a row, bro. Oh my God.
And if things are not matching and shit like that.
Oh my gosh, it's not matching. Oh my gosh, the plaid doesn't go with the stripes. Oh my God. Nancy, what's going on? Becky, oh my God.
It's funny, even guys at my work talk about clothing.
Fucking faggot guy. I want to hit. Now I'm so happy. Because I've come so far from being a faggot, I'm so happy with myself when guys talk about fashion and stuff like that. I instantly think, you fucking faggot. Like one of these PUA guys, DJ Fuji. Okay, he's that fucking faggot Asian guy with a rooster hair, like the 10 feet rooster hair. He's like, hey bros, here's how to pick up chicks. You gotta fucking wear a 10-foot pink mohawk? Are you fucking kidding me? I want to light his hair on fire. Yes. So he's coming in with a 10-foot pink mohawk, and I can't believe guys aren't just fucking laughing their asses off and asking for a refund. Why would you ever listen to a guy with a pink 10-foot mohawk saying, here's how to attract women? Get a fucking, what does he expect? Everybody else to get a fucking pink 10-foot mohawk?
Well, it's like when you're delusional, when you don't know what you're doing, you buy into the abstract painting, which is garbage.
Yes, exactly. You're like, that Jackson Pollock paint splatter is so amazing. I'm going to pay $1 million for it.
And when you see other people, you're like, oh fuck, yeah, I don't know, maybe it is valuable.
It's like the Emperor's New Clothes. You ever heard that tale? Emperor's naked,
yes.
and
Naked.
these tailors want to take advantage of him, so they make him an outfit that's made out of invisible thread. Meanwhile, they didn't make anything for him. They're just pretending that they're trying on clothes and putting them on him, but it's really they're putting nothing on him. And everybody's so scared of looking stupid or fearing the wrath of the Emperor that he's walking down the street naked in his invisible clothes, and nobody says anything. But a young boy finally says, "Hey, guy's got no fucking clothes on."
Yes.
That's what it's like out there. Eventually, you're the guy going. You're the only guy with balls to go. Hey, you guys are all fags. This is fashion. It's nonsense.
Yeah. Except with PUA, they have too much clothing on now.
Yeah. So now this guy has this pink 10-foot mohawk, and his advice to new guys just getting into pickup, bro, into the pickup artist arts, bro. You got to get a lookbook. I don't even know what a lookbook is, but I'm pretty sure it's
so cute.
I'm pretty sure it's related to fashion. I have no idea what a lookbook is, but I'm guessing it has to do with like some kind of modeling thing or some
Is it
kind
like a male version of the lookbook, like fashion?
I gotta fucking look up what a lookbook is.
Lookbook is. I mean, it rhymes. That's the only funny part about it.
Lookbook.
How about then cookbook? Then you need to cook for a chick. A cookbook.
Collective fashion consciousness. Lookbook. What the hell is a lookbook? A lookbook.
That's
Oh, here we go.
Like a third grader come up with.
A lookbook is a collection of photographs compiled to show off a model, a photographer, a style, or a clothing line.
It's like when you go to the haircut, get a haircut, dude. They have a bunch of pictures of dudes.
Oh, yeah, it's when you bring a bunch of faggot pictures and you're like, cut my hair like this. It is an especially.
I want to be like that faggot over there on page 39.
It is an especially popular term with faggot bloggers. I'm sorry, I meant fashion bloggers. And it is even the name of a website, lookbook.nu.
Wow.
I can't wait to go there. Hold on. Lookbook.nu. I gotta go check this out. I want to see if I got my lookbook down. Fuck. It looks like a Wikipedia faggot site. Hold on. Lookbook.nu.
Before I came to Manhood 101, I started reading the game and I was like, man, these guys are cool. And luckily I came to the site.
Cool, bro. Cool story, bro. Staying up all night in the Chesla Hotel. Oh, looks like a lot of fucking hipster pictures. A lot of hipsters wearing cool clothing. Oh my gosh, bro. This chick is wearing these pink or leopard skin pumps and a fur coat, bro.
What the fuck?
Oh, bro, it's a lot of hipster. I want to punch each. I want to hit everybody here.
Don't want to save the animals.
I want to hit all these chicks in the face with shovels.
Hipsters, I hate hipsters.
Hipsters. So the point is, what was I forgot?
What was the point? You kept talking. The PUA. Oh yeah. So this dude is telling you need to have this gay shit, gay lookbook.
Yeah, the lookbook. Why were we talking about the lookbook though? What was that related?
Because social authority, they're preaching all this nonsense because the lack of the actual personal authority. Because you lack a personality, you're trying to artificially make people think you
it's
have.
Not that you lack a personality, you lack personal authority.
You also okay. What about personality though?
I think this was the point. Personality.
Side point.
Yeah. Fucking boggler point. We should, instead of calling it side point now, let's just call it boggler point. Okay. So I think the whole thing was related to speaking about why guys are mumbling or just speaking in a monotone voice like this guy.
Back to the main point.
But screw what the public thinks. My need to sleep is more important, so. And besides, I found one that was kind of an obscure place. It was tucked in between two bookshelves in the library somewhere. Some hidden corner of the library just collecting dust.
Okay, so I'm falling asleep. I can't listen to the rest of this. This is too fucking boring. But the point is, you don't have to be a crazy guy on PCP or uppers or, smoking crack or doing cocaine and being just super hyper tweaker guy. You don't have to be on meth to have good expression. The point is not to get super excited. The point is to be transparent with your experiences. So I'm sure High School 101 has a different degree of experience of these various adventures he's talking about. But from what he's relating to the audience to me, I wouldn't be able to tell. I wouldn't be able to tell what is important to him and what is superficial to him, what is exciting, what is not, what is meaningful, what is not. It just all blends into one, and eventually I just tune out. It reminds me of just like listening to Google. to Google Voice. When guys make 2-hour videos and post them on YouTube with Google Voice, like clips about important issues, but they're all in Google. I am Google Voice. This is an important issue. Imagine hearing 2 hours of that with just a monotone voice. You want to shoot yourself in the mouth. You just tune out.
I'm just thinking what's going on in the guy's head. Instead of actually saying it, he's like, let me just use the computer to say what I want to say. That's all.
Yeah, let me use the computer. So that's the point of that. I think we've gone long enough. We've gone overboard. Thank you for joining us. Thanks for co-host Boggles, who finally came back from the dead from the last podcast, which is totally fucking horrible. We'll be posting that. What's that?
Hope you guys enjoyed this one.
Thank you for speaking over me at the end so we can confuse the audience even more. That was
Exactly.
awesome. And also, you've seen many examples of dysfunctional sarcasm from me. These are terrible ways to apply pain. Sarcasm,
Yes.
terrible ways. I would never speak this way to Boggles if I actually had a meaningful expectation I wanted to get met. Like I didn't want him to do something. So you can see I'm kind of tolerating it. His podcast death is somewhat helpful. So when I'm being sarcastic about it, I'm sending a dual message, which is really a dysfunctional message I'm sending.
Yeah, you do that a lot. I noticed that.
Yes, I noticed that too.
Yeah. It's a bad habit to break.
It is a very bad habit. It's more of frustration. Sarcasm signals frustration. It's like I'm not able to get my expectation met with you. For instance, a lot of things you repetitively do that violate my expectations, but I have no real recourse to get those expectations met. So instead of enforcing my expectation, which I really can't do with you, I resort to sarcasm, which is dysfunctional. Like I, just become passive aggressive.
Well, it seems like it's a path, it's a journey. It's like, when people starting out somewhere, it take a while to, completely.
Exactly. But a lot of that has to do with you being a lazy fuck or you being
incompetent.
Incompetent and taking the shortcuts instead of doing what you're told. If you were doing what you're told, you would progress a lot faster. But you like to do things the wrong way. You like to go against directions, go against instructors, and we have very little recourse since you're an adult and you're not like in a school where we can beat you, which would be much easier to do and much more helpful to you. So because we can't apply that pain, you're seeing this is a live example of an instructor becoming dysfunctional. When he can't when I can't get my expectations met with you, I become sarcastic. So this is just like a prime example of the same thing that happens to guys, and especially girls, when they can't get their expectations met with guys, or you can't get your expectations met with girls. You'll become sarcastic, you'll become snide, etc. So this is a living example of that. Just a little aside for future reference.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in. This has been
Next
Boggler and the Plum.
And Professor Plum.
We'll see you next time.